Yes, that's better. Well, not much better, but it is better.
Now saying they say, just present what's there. You're not trying to reverberate. They talk about it.
Yeah, well, you're going to be watching me and listening to me and scrolling.
Yes, sure. One sec, we're live. We're live now. We're live now.
Hi, everyone. The Ministry of Education in Jamaica wants to expose itself to everyone who cares about the future of education in Jamaica and invites you to share with us the details of our achievements and our challenges. I think any fair observer would agree that the advances in education have been significant during this political administration. And I really want to acknowledge the support of Prime Minister Simpson Miller and my cabinet colleagues who have made the funds available and given the strong initiatives all their boost. And I also pay respect to the sincere efforts of the previous administration to help us change education for the better. But I have to tell you that when we assumed office in 2012, the system was generally underperforming, despite the fact that we were spending a whole lot of money, that is, parents, teachers, and government. And frankly, we determined that it couldn't be allowed to remain that way, and that improving this would be one of the defining tasks of this administration. And so we set out some priorities, which simply couldn't be postponed. And I'd like to go through some of them with you this evening. First of all, early childhood is the most critical period of a child's life. What have we done? We've doubled the number of qualified early childhood teachers, and we're going to double that number again within 3 years. We want every one of your little children to be taught by a qualified teacher. And we've also built more than 120 new early childhood institutions, along with many friends and public partners, and we've upgraded another 100. Never before in the history of Jamaica, then, has there been such a large and sustained investment in our youngest children. And when I reported to the Prime Minister that hunger was preventing large numbers of students from learning, she and the Cabinet approved an unprecedented expansion of the school feeding program. So do you know, we are now providing 128,000 of the little ones with a nutritious breakfast and lunch. That wasn't there before, and that's important. Further, the number of students being served by the school feeding program has increased overall to nearly 300,000 because we have added another 2 days to the packed lunch program, and that's boosting attendance at schools and boosting performance, both at the primary and secondary level. And we're trying to use as much local produce to make the school meals. We want to use and are using local fruits, locally manufactured porridge, and our own chicken meat. We want our farmers to earn more so that their children can eat better and learn better. When we came to office in 2012, there were some 222 schools with pit latrines. Well, I was instructed by the Cabinet to do something about that. And I can report to you tonight that most pit latrines have been replaced, and by later this year, every school will have flush toilets. And that's taken strong leadership, and it's a promise that's been kept. In 2012, there were 107 primary and secondary schools which operated on the shift system. Well, we've removed more than half of them. And those students, our students, have more than 2 hours more to learn and to play each day. And by 2018, we're expecting to finally and forever abolish the shift system from Jamaica. And over the 4 years, We've provided more suitable learning conditions. We've built about 6,000 additional classroom and laboratory spaces. So let's look at the facts. Let's look at the results. All the trends in examination results are improving. You know, it gave me great happiness when we surpassed the grade 4 literacy target in 2015. And we're pleased that the numeracy rate has moved 20 percentage points in 4 years. That's the biggest jump ever. We're going to be sure that we achieve full mastery in numeracy, that's mathematics, by 2018. You know, it's a big task to overcome the chronic fear of math in Jamaican students and people. But at the Caribbean Secondary School certificate level, the passes in math have increased significantly for 3 years, and by year after next, every young person who graduates from a Jamaican school will have some certification in English, mathematics, and at least one marketable skill, something that's going to make them employable or on a platform for further training, you see. The largest share of the Jamaican budget, you know, after paying down the national debt, goes to education. $80 billion this year. It goes a far way, but it still can't fund everything in education, and that's why parents and churches, everyone else, are asked to contribute according to their means. But I want to make it clear, no child is being denied access for want of money. No child is ever denied access to a school or services in a school because their parents can't make a contribution. The Ministry of Education, led by the Heart Trust NTA, is leading the trust to align education, training, and certification with the demands of the labor market. It's not just a question of getting subjects. You must get subjects that are appropriate to some kind of employment. That's the way the 21st century market demands. Skills and book learning, therefore, are for the first time being given equal value in our schools. Can I say that again? Skills and book learning, yes, are being given equal value in our schools. And I can tell you too, heart turns nobody away. So I make an appeal to young people, you who are out of school without skills and looking work, here or abroad, check out the Heart Unattached Youth Program, which we have established in every constituency. Check members of Parliament like Audley Shaw, Natalie Nita Headley, and they'll tell you it's working for their students. We've also resurrected, I think that's the right word, resurrected the apprenticeship program. It's now attracting thousands of young people who are learning through working and earning in more than 150 companies, hotels, factories, large and small. And we've also reformed the A-Step and the CAP program. A-Step needed a step up, and along with CAP, the emphasis is now on literacy and occupational certification at varying levels. We want everyone, no matter how well or how poorly they've done in school, to have some level of certification that can carry them further and hopefully carry them into employment. Well, let me spell out to you the ladder of opportunity for everyone for education and training in Jamaica today. If your reading and maths are not strong enough, well, the Foundation for Lifelong Learning, they used to be called JAMAL, offers you a path to achieve internationally accredited high school diploma near where you live, on your time, and on your pace. No one need be left behind. And after that, you can go to Heart. Levels 1 to 3 in a whole heap of skills are available free, and you can move on to a community college or to a university college if it suits you. And I want to give you a little prips that in about 3 months, the Ministry of Education will be offering the best teaching in all subjects for all grades and levels on your cell phones, your television, and your computer. We need to do this, you know, because it's education that makes you trainable, it's training that makes you employable, it's employment which makes you productive, and it's productivity that can make you prosperous. This is how we set the thing. Let's talk a little bit about the cost of education, because especially college and university training is expensive, you know. But again, none with ambition should be denied. When we came into office, the Student Loan Bureau was underfunded and couldn't adequately meet the needs of students who wanted to finance their college education. Well, the Student Loan Bureau is now adequately funded. Today, we signed an agreement between the Heart Trust NTA and the Student Loan Bureau for $100 million of grant money, which is the second year we're doing this, to help those students at college and university level who are engaging in technical, vocational, or science and technology studies. In addition, the education tax has been increased, and there have been inflows from the Petro-Carib Fund. And for the current academic year, the Bureau is providing loans to about 12,500 beneficiaries, and the door of applications are now open for the upcoming academic year. Don't wait till the end, eh? We expect that the interest rates will be lowered below 9% this year. And I just want to tell you that 4 years ago, total disbursements from the Student Loan Bureau was about $2.76 billion, and that has been increased this year to $4.2 billion. That's progress. And effective April 1st this year, new and returning students will save an average of 21% in their loan repayments compared to last year. I want to pay respect and give thanks to the host of tireless principals, teachers, administrators, to the Jamaica Teachers Association and all the other professional bodies, the education officers, the associations of principals, all of them who have collaborated in the education transformation process during this administration. They and the increasing number in the private sector, in civil society, and especially in the diaspora, who recognize education as a hub of personal and national development. All of these people are true nationalists, you know. Finally, we are acutely aware that for good education and training is the best service any government can give its people. And the portion all in themselves, they must invest in themselves by making use of this opportunity. Progress in education is the most important people's test. Getting educated and well trained is the way to balance people's lives, even as we balance the books. After all, lifting up the human mind and spirit to higher learning, better skills, more manners, discipline, and respect, that's to do God's work. I close by asserting with confidence that education and training are in safe hands under this administration. I now invite your questions and comments. Remember, we wish to hear from you, and we respect your criticisms and look forward to your comments. Hi Sasha, thank you for your question. You ask what are the options for teachers who want to relocate because of family reasons. Well, no, I'm not clear. You want to relocate within Jamaica from one school to another, or do you want to relocate from abroad back to Jamaica? I tell you, we're encouraging teachers now to locate themselves in places where their professional skills are most needed. This is very important because teachers tend to stay where they have been first assigned for the whole of their careers. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you have the best mix of quality teaching and receptive students. So we invite you, if you are in Jamaica, to get in touch with your regional director and apply for the transfer that you require. If you need to join your spouse at his job, that may be a good reason for transfer, and there may be schools nearby that would require your services. If you're one of the teachers who lives abroad and wants to come to Jamaica, please write us, the Chief Education Officer, Dr. Grace McLean at the Ministry of Education. Would love to hear from you, to know of your skills and your experience, and we will try and place you. Thanks for your comment. Joseph, thank you so much for your encouragement. Joseph congratulates the Education Ministry on the development strides made in the last 4 years. And remember, it's not done by the ministry alone. There's a new sense of the importance of education all through the Jamaican society. And I believe that's one of the most important things that can happen to a country. So thank you. Let's keep it going.